Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Megaman X3. In the last part we did all the Doppler stages, and now, well actually not all of them, we did the main Doppler stages, and now it's time for our boss rush level. Yep, it's back. And this was actually one of the longer boss rushes too, it took me around 10 minutes. Boy. Anyway, enjoy the music. I forget, have I used that song before? I think I have. Also, as you may have noticed, if you hit this thing during the boss rush, this is how you replenish your energy. I'm not sure if I prefer that, or the health just lying around in the actual area that they used in X2 and every other X game, actually. Anyway, we're actually coming up upon, probably the biggest boss corridor in the series. Well, Mega Man 1 aside, obviously, because there are actually enemies in here. Or more accurately, more like obstacles, actually. And they're nice enough to give you health anyway, so it's kind of pointless, actually. Well, actually, no, there is one normal enemy in here. Anyway, let's take it to Doppler himself. Hello, old man. I've been waiting for you, X. I'm Dr. Doppler. I've been watching your battles closely. Your victories over my men have been most impressive. I need superior Reploids like yourself, X. I offer you the chance to join us. Together we shall build a utopia where the Reploids rule under the watchful eyes of Sigma, our lord and master. No way, Doc. Your schemes end here and now. Perhaps you are not as smart as I once thought. Prepare to be ripped apart, and to be born again as a part of the new body of Sigma. Alrighty, time for Doppler. Doppler is weak against Acid Burst, first off. And he's a pretty unique boss. That little green energy field he just used there heals him if you hit him when he's using it. Other than that, he has these orange ball attacks, which are just normal pellets, and then he has this little fire charge attack. Pretty much just throw the Acid Burst at him, you should do pretty fine. Or, yeah, pretty fine sounds grammatically correct. But I'm really only showing you off his pattern for the most part, so you can see it. I'm just going to end his life very quickly with Z Saber otherwise, as you just saw. Oh, and I love this scene. Why? Well, you'll find out in about 10 seconds. You are strong, X. Strong enough to defeat Sigma. I love this. Doppler, can you talk? Even though he's already spoken. No, X, you idiot. Sigma's true form is that of a computer virus. I was corrupted by him and I created a horrific new body for him. Where's the body now? It's in the underground hangar of this lab. I don't think Sigma has occupied it yet. Don't worry about me. Destroy the body before it's too late. Time is running out. Thanks, Doc. And with that, X just leaves him behind. Now, one thing I want to bring up. in the Doppler stages, a unique boss theme is used that sounds a lot like the final boss theme of 03. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but either way, take a listen to the similarities. To this day, I cannot tell if that's intentional, but either way, it sounds very similar. Anyway, welcome to the final stage. And in the background, we can see Sigma's body from X4. And his body from X5. And his body from X6. And just to the right, you can see his body from X7. Now, one thing I want to mention, I paused right there not only to talk about the body from X7, but also, if you didn't get the Beam Saber, you would have a small cutscene with Zero there where he would pretty much go to the right and try to do something, I forget what. And anyway, time for the final boss once we get up this stupid hallway. I hate this little vertical place.
We meet again, X. It was easy to corrupt that fool Doppler. And I would have succeeded if you hadn't interfered. But we are always destined to meet, aren't we, X? Let the eternal struggle begin.
And Captain America throws his mighty shield. Anyway, this form of Sigma is weak to the spinning blades. And it's also not the easiest, that's the exact opposite, it's the hardest Sigma fight in the franchise. He's constantly firing fireballs at you, and when he jumps, he'll still fire them, and he'll occasionally also throw his shield. I'm only showing his office pattern yet again until, for a time, so you can at least know what to do. And then I'm gonna Z-Saber him because, well, stuff. Well, actually, I already Z-Sabered him. I got half his health down with it, actually. And, Sigma, how are you standing in mid-air? That is physically impossible. Unless your name happens to be Superman. But then again, you're Captain America, that's Marvel. And you were Wolverine in X2. Huh. I see what you did there. Oh, hello, what the hell?
Well done, X. But I'm far stronger than my previous forms. Behold the power of the ultimate battle body.
Doing that voice really hurts my throat. And when he says ultimate battle body, he's not joking. Meet Kaiser Sigma. The hardest Sigma form in the series. He can only be hit by two things. This hypercharge, which is the normal charge shots pretty much at any time. You got this from the Buster enhancement chip. And the Z-Saber. That's it. And he can only be hit on his tiny little head there, which is... the hitbox is kind of specific. You have to aim at a specific part of his shoulder blades. He likes to float to the left and right, firing these mines in the process, and only really doing one of maybe 3 attacks, which is this. 2 of which I believe are that little purple spray paint thing there. And, he hurts. This is the only reason I recommend you get the Z-Saber. Because, it takes this guy out in 2 shots. Honestly, I hate this fight. Though I do like how he's standing very similarly to X. Honestly, Dr. Doppler, good job making this body. It's the best body in the series. Hell, even X6, for a hardest game as that is, the Sigma fight in that was pathetically easy. By the way, spoilers, Sigma is in X6, and X5, and X7, and X8. And Command Mission. No, actually, no, he's not in Command Mission. The Command Mission is the only game where he's not in. And how many games did I just spoil for you guys? Oh, well.
No, it can't be. I can't even defeat you in this magnificent body. There seems to be only one choice now. I'll possess you.
Ah, my god, my throat. So what does he do? Well, first off, we're gonna heal because, reasons. He brings out his CX4 chip friend from X2, except this time he actually can't damage us. So, since he knows that, he decides to flood the place with lava. Keep in mind, if you die here, which you can either by touching the lava too much, because it's not instant kill, or getting crushed, you have to fight the entire Sigma fight over again. That is stupid. I hate this section for that. However, if you get to this point, you're actually completely fine, as long as you have the golden armor. And, Sigma, you are shrinking. You okay there, man? Might want to get that checked out. And, X is walking automatically, by the way. I'm not controlling this. Because if I were, I'd be dashing all over the place. Damn! It's a dead end. Watch your language there, X. This isn't good.
Give up, X. I'll possess your body and rule the world.
Oh, great. Oh, what the... Hey, Doppler!
Ah! Your Doppler. How did you obtain this? How do you feel now, Sigma? Did you like my special vaccine for the Sigma virus? X, I'm sorry to have given you so much trouble. I know I can never really atone for what I've done. But I will try to set things right by taking Sigma with me. My program is fading. X, it's time to say goodbye.
And with that, Doppler commits suicide. I should mention, if you didn't get the Beam Saber, Zero does this by slashing Sigma. Not that big of a difference. In fact, I think this is the better of the two, actually. Because Doppler is never mentioned after this game. However, I actually did a bit of editing here. I'm actually editing in the ending that you get when you don't get the Beam Saber. Mind you, there's not much of a difference. I think only two things change in the upcoming scenes if you get or don't get the Beam Saber. One of them being Zero is here next to you. I think the dialogue's even the exact same. Can't win them all. Anyway,
X has crushed Sigma's plans once again. But many questions still occupy his mind. Will we ever stop reusing this ending? Why must humans fight against Reploids? And why must Reploids fight each other? Seriously, we've been using this ending for 3 games in a row now. Can't we just do something new? I mean, we're even in front of a castle again. Really, guys? As X stares at the burning remnants of Doppler's lab, his body trembles from an unknown sorrow. What does fate have in store for me, he wonders. He can only hope that someday Dr. Light's plan for him will finally be revealed.
Actually, I don't think that ever does get revealed.
Unknown to X, his destiny has already been decided. To save mankind, he must destroy Zero.
What? How did you come to that conclusion? Okay, then.
Only time will tell when and why, however. Or 2 games, that works too. Spoilers for X5, by the way. Oh, I'm fired, aren't I?
Alrighty. That, everyone, as soon as this loads, is Megaman X3. How is it? It's okay. It's not the worst game in the X series. I still find X6 and 7 to be worse games overall. But it's not the best either. Out of the Super Nintendo trilogy, I think it's the weakest. But it's not the weakest out of the PlayStation quartet, I suppose would be the proper term for that, because X3 through 6 were on that. What's really bad about it is that it does nothing new to the series. X1 was obviously the first game, X2 added some new gimmicks and such, whereas X3, the only thing it really adds is being able to play as Zero, which while fun, doesn't really do much. And the story doesn't get referenced at all past this point, by the way. I should mention that. The only thing that this really adds to the story is that he will one day have to kill Zero, which we're not even sure is going to happen or not at this point, considering I haven't done X5. If you're going to play it, though, first off, there's the Super Nintendo release and the PlayStation release, and there's also a PC release, and I think it's on all the virtual consoles. In fact, speaking of PlayStation version, one other thing that that is different if you got the Beam Saber or not is in this credit sequence, Zero will be chasing you. It's as if X already tried to kill him off screen, and he's like, "Oh, get back here, you little." And also, speaking of the credit sequence, this is also my favorite song in the game. In fact, the PlayStation version is an entirely different credit song. In fact, you'll see it at the end of the part. I won't be speaking over it, but the PlayStation version has a credits FMV that had some little cutscenes going on in the bottom left, which I'll be editing in after I'm done with my commentation. After I'm done commentating and sign off. Anyway, in terms of the next game I'm going to do in the X series, I'm probably going to do the Extreme games next. And then I'm actually more than likely going to replay Mega Man X4 because I went back to my X4 Let's Play, and yeah, that's kind of crap. And also, one thing I want to ask you guys about this. I went back to my Mega Man Zero Let's Plays recently, and I realized they were nowhere near as good as I remember them being. And since I love those games so much, I want to give them the proper treatment and redo them. For new replays, actually. However, that's like somewhere around 40 videos total. So I want to leave it up to you guys. Should I redo the Zero series, or should I not? I'd probably upload it and another game at the same time, just so you guys can have something new to look at, but I'm not sure. I'm going to leave that up to you guys entirely. So write down in the comments if you would like me to redo the Zero series. Like I said, I'm probably going to do another game at the same time, but we'll see when this gets uploaded in like 2 or 3, 4 months. But yeah, X3's just kind of there, honestly. It's not even like enjoyably bad like X6 can be. And when you say that you know something's wrong. So yeah. Also, I should mention, if you're playing the Mega Man X collection, which is the PS2 and GameCube, and I think original Xbox release of this, I forgot to mention those, you're technically playing the PlayStation version, so you're going to notice all the FMVs and sound effects are there. God Car Machine Oh Innery. That is the combination of Bit and Byte, by the way. That was in the first Doppler stage. It's such a freaking weird name, and I'm not sure why I always remember that. Also, I hope we don't see him in the future. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, 8-8. I really do love this theme, actually. I mentioned it earlier in the credits, but this is actually one of my favorite credits themes in the series. Not my overall favorite. I think that still goes to X1 or X5, but Also, look at all these power levels. They're over 9,000! Ah, that hurts my throat. A lot of throat hurting in this part, actually, between Sigma and that. Ah. Still not as bad as when I originally did the Dr. Vile voice in 04. Ugh. Also, why is the X orange? Oh, well. Hey, what are my power and speed levels? Then again, they're probably like 1 or 2. Oh, well. But yeah, X3, play it if you want to. I don't go back to this one often, and there's a reason for that. But yeah, it's still somewhat enjoyable at least. But with that, I'm going to need to end this Let's Play off here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in terms of Mega Man in probably Extreme 1. But I'm not sure what the next Let's Play I'm going to do is. But I'm going to see you overall next Let's Play, whatever that may be. Also, enjoy the PlayStation credits and its song, which I absolutely love. Oh, the PlayStation credits theme is so good!